Okay, brand new pickups video, let's do this. And greetings YouTube gamers, welcome to another episode of Retro Raider. My name is Johnny Retro and welcome back to the channel. That's right guys, this is going to be my first pickups video of 2020. I have a lot of things to talk about because even though these are my picks from this year, I have a couple of stuff from last Christmas and also a couple of stuff that I ordered last year, but I only got it this January. And I'm not in a particular mood right now when it comes to game collecting. I'm all over the place. We have modern games, retro games, PC games, console games, portable games, a little bit of everything. However guys, before we go on with the video, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss a thing. Okay, so let's take a closer look at my first pickups of 2020 right after this. Okay, so let's start with this right here. This is a mug, as you guys can see. This was a Christmas gift from two amazing friends, Ferry and Tiago. Guys, thank you so much. And yeah, it is the Legend of Zelda NES cartridge mug. I love nerd mugs, I have a bunch of them. You know, with video game themes and Star Wars and superheroes, I love them. And without a doubt, this is the coolest one that I have. And this is the good part about being a geek and having geeky friends. Now, this is a little bit of memorabilia that I have right here. We have Mario going on here. I actually sell these at the store and, you know, these are from McDonald's. A couple of these are getting a little bit hard to get and actually collectible. And not expensive by any means, and I do not collect them. But sometimes I come across these on flea markets, you know, for pennies sometimes. And yeah, I had this one at the store. I think that this one has a cool gimmick to it. And I think that it will look good on my shelves, you know, next to the other ones. Now, let's put Mario here next to the Zelda mug. And let's talk about this controller right here, the Switch Pro Controller. I'm more of a casual Nintendo Switch gamer, but don't get me wrong, I love the system. But I don't play it that often on the go. And I guess that I'm not a big of a portable gamer. And although I think Nintendo did a phenomenal and super original job with the Joy-Cons, I mean, I really need a controller. It's my thing, it's how I like to game, and this is a good controller, so yeah, the Pro Controller for the Nintendo Switch. So let's jump into the meat of potatoes and talk about my recent video games. Still on the Nintendo Switch department, and I guess that this is a mix of retro gaming with modern gaming because these are retro games for a modern system. And yes, it is the Twin Pack, the Final Fantasy Twin Pack for the Nintendo Switch. I pre-ordered this from PlayAsia last year. I only got it this year in January, and it was a crazy story. It got stuck on customs, and I overpaid for this, and I do have a full video about it, link down below if you guys want to check it out. But it had to happen, and the main reason why I got this was because of Final Fantasy VIII. As you guys know, it is my favorite Final Fantasy of all time, one of my favorite video games of all time, actually. And was it worth it, even though I overpaid for it? Well, it was, because, I mean, it's Final Fantasy VIII, and you know, the remaster is good, it's fairly good, and you know, it is physical, you know, it is the physical release, so yeah, it had happened. I mean, it might not be a thing for you, but I mean, just check this, you know, it's Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII, you know, 2020 on a cartridge for a Nintendo system. But that's me, guys, and if you're not crazy like me, just picked the digital versions of the game. They're good, and it's fun to play Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII on the go with the Nintendo Switch, if you're into that. Okay, next game. Speaking about Nintendo, this is an exclusive Super Famicom game that I got on eBay, actually, and it wasn't Buy It Now. I ordered it from Japan. It was a Japanese seller, and I got it. I finally got it, and well, this is Bahamut Lagoon for the Super Famicom. It's in a decent shape, and this is a cool thing about the Japanese. They really take care of their stuff, so it's easy to get, you know, completed in box Super Famicom and Mega Drive games, you know, games in general. And when I say it is complete, believe me guys, it is 100% complete. Let me show you. So this is the box, of course. We have the tray, the most important thing, which is the cartridge right here, and we also have the manual right here, couple of extra goodies, and a card of the game. And this one is getting a little bit hard to get, believe me. right here. And this is another reason why I'm more focused in Super Famicom these days. Not only because it has amazing exclusives, but you know, it's easy to spot on even on eBay. You know, like I told you guys, I've paid 6 euros for this. 6 euros plus shipping. It was less than 10 euros on Buy It Now on eBay. So yeah, usually I don't like to talk about prices unless, of course, you know, if you go to my booth on flea markets or my store, but here on the channel it's not about that. It's not about the business side of, you know, game collecting and retro gaming, but this, I mean, it was 9 euros. 9 euros for a Super Famicom game completed in box. So why did I pick this game? Well, I never played Bahamut Lagoon, but it's been on my to-play list for a long time because I'm a huge fan of the old Squaresoft, especially on the 16-bit era. For me, the golden age of JRPGs. And Bahamut Lagoon, you know, from what I've heard, I think that it's a mixed feeling situation here because a couple of people really enjoy the game, others don't. And I believe that this was to be a part of the Final Fantasy series, but it ended up to be a spin-off. And the graphics look amazing, the soundtrack sounds very good, and I really like the theme. So, and it is also a tactical RPGs, and we don't have a lot of tactical RPGs on the Super Nintendo, but there are a couple of them for the Super Famicom. And now you're asking, well, do you speak Japanese? No, I don't. But I can play it on my Retron 5 with the patch for the translations, and I'm good with that. And again, like the Final Fantasy Twin Pack, I mean, it's the physical thing, and I need it because I'm a collector, and you know, this is why I collect. And by the way, guys, just for fun, let me know down below with no spoilers if you played Bahamut Lagoon, and do you recommend this JRPG for the Super Famicom? By the way, Nintendo should really make an official translation or port, even on the Nintendo eShop. I think it would be a very cool idea. Okay, let's put these guys here, it's getting a little bit crowded. And speaking about cheap games, let me show you guys this one right here. And this was a weird find. This was a very, very weird, unexpected find. This is Grand Prix for the Supervision. And yes, I'm talking about the Quick Shot, aka Watara Supervision. And I do have one. And do I collect for it? Well, no, but I got it a long time ago when it was cheap. And now it is just pointless, at least for me. But I got this, I think it was on Facebook Marketplace, for 3 euros, and I bought it here locally. And 1 euro for shipping. Again, guys, I don't like to talk about prices, but I mean, 4 euros for a Quick Shot Supervision game. And is it a great game? No, but get this, it is sealed. And not only is sealed, but check this out right here, guys. For all of my Portuguese viewers out there, this was released right here. This is a Portuguese release. I really don't remember seeing the Quick Shot Supervision on shelves back in the day, but I guess it was released here. The Quick Shot Supervision that I have was imported from the UK. So yeah, this is one of those quirky things in my collection. I'm not planning to get more Supervision games, but if I spot deals like this, I'm onto it. Okay, now this next one. This was actually a prize that I won on a giveaway by my good friend David from Deckard Games, and it's a Mega Drive cartridge, right here. So what is special and unique about this? As you guys can see, this is Golden X3, but it's a PAL release. This is of course a reproduction card made by David, and if you guys like, you know, repros and stuff like that, David makes some of the most amazing reproductions that I've ever seen. And yeah, this is the full English translation for Golden X3, and it's an amazing game. Me personally, I preferred Golden X1, the original. That's mainly due to nostalgia, but this is a very, very decent beat 'em up indeed. And it's on a cartridge, and it's awesome. And I don't care if it is a repro because it's by Deckard Games. And speaking about David, Deckard Games, well, David got me this, and again, I have a full video about this, link down below. David got me this game right here. Big box version of Theme Hospital. Old school for my retro PC. And yeah, check out my video about my retro PC because it was another amazing donation from David, and yeah, this guy is crazy. And please check out David's channel, guys, if you like tech things, if you like reproductions and ROM hacks printed on cartridges, if you like builds of retro PC builds, Deckard Games is the channel for you. Actually, David just reached 1,000 subscribers very recently, and he's making a very cool giveaway. He's giving away a retro PC, a full retro PC. And David, my friend, once again, thank you so much. You've been a huge supporter of my channel. And yeah, you're my personal retro PC guru. Now, let's switch these guys right here. This is a fun one. This right here is for the PlayStation 2. And this is Meshed, a racing game. And I'm not big into racing games, but there's a reason why I got this. This came into my store a while ago, and I had to have it. Even though I'm not into racing games, I do enjoy my PlayStation. I love the PlayStation 2. And check this out. Not for resale. I don't know if it is rare, I don't know if it is collectible, but I thought that it was pretty cool. So yeah, I picked for my collection. Oh, and let's switch back a little bit. Speaking about retro PC gaming, I have a couple of PC games right here. So a good friend of mine, his name is Mario, and no, it is not this Mario. This guy had a huge PC gaming collection. You know, common games, these are not, you know, the big box version, these are the ones that came, you know, with gaming magazines. And it was a bunch of them. I'm talking about 200 games, I'm not kidding. And he asked him if I could put them to sale on my store. And, you know, he would give me, you know, a slice of the pie. And I said, you know, of course. And from the pile, I said, well, I'm going to pick these for me, but I will pay you. And he said, dude, we're friends since childhood. You know, just have them and pick everything that you want from this collection, and I picked these two. The first one I picked for my girlfriend because she loves this game, and it's actually very nostalgic for her. And this is Age of Mythology. This was part of the collector's edition, so I also got the making of Age of Mythology. I don't have, you know, the big box. It is not complete, but it's here, it's original, and it's on my collection. Maybe one day I will upgrade it and find the big box, you know, the whole thing. And I'm not a huge fan of Age of Mythology, so I picked this for my girlfriend. But I am a fan of Age of Empires. And yeah, as you can see, these were free games back in the day by the gaming magazine Big Gamer. Coleção 5 estrelas, 5-star collection here in Portugal. And yeah, this is the original Age of Empires, the gold edition, with the Rise of Rome expansion. And you know, Age of Empires, again, I'm not a big, you know, big box PC collector, but there are a couple of them that I really want to get. And Age of Empires is one of them. For now, I'm going to stick with this one. And I also have the new editions, the 4K remasters of Age of Empires 1 and Age of Empires 2, which is my favorite Age of Empires game, hands down. And again, it had to happen because it's super nostalgic for me. Age of Empires was one of the very first PC games that I ever played. I think I was like, you know, 9 or 10 years old. I didn't have a PC at home, but we had a couple of PCs at school. So yeah, I used to play them in school, on the library. So Mario, my friend, you're the best. Thank you so much for these amazing donations, and you know that these came to a very good home. Now, last but not least, a couple of games for the PS4. And let's start with these ones, because these were actually Christmas gifts for my parents. And yeah, I'm 31, on my way to 32, and my parents still give me video games for Christmas, so yeah, I have awesome parents. 2 VR games, and let's start with this one right here. This is Don't Knock Twice for the PlayStation VR. I know that I don't talk a lot about PSVR here on the channel, but I'm a huge fan of the system. It's not for everybody, I get that, but there's some amazing games to it, especially horror games. If you like horror, playing horror games, you know, having a horror experience on PlayStation VR, it's terrifying in a very fun way. And Don't Knock Twice. I played this game with my cousin Mariana. She's a huge fan of horror, like me. We beat the game in one sitting. I mean, it's not a very long game, but you know, it was an entire evening, a very terrifying evening playing this game. And you know, this game got a little bit of bad rap when it was released, but you know, the version for the PSVR, I think it is amazing. It is based on the movie under the same name. I didn't watch the movie yet, but I'm planning to, again with my cousin Mariana, and I'm probably going to make a full video about this game because I'm not kidding, guys. This was the most frightening game that I've ever played in my entire life. It is just a very bizarre experience. And next, my father picked this one for me, and it is the Tetris Effect. I really don't know why I still haven't got this game for the PSVR, but I have it now, and I mean, it's Tetris. But it is a very unique Tetris game. Do I enjoy the game? I really do. I think it is beautiful. I love the combination of visuals with the sounds, and the soundtrack is amazing. And I consider myself a, you know, above average Tetris player, Tetris gamer, because, you know, I grew up with Tetris on the Game Boy. But this one, I kinda suck at it. My girlfriend, on the other hand, she already beat the game. And she loves it. And she was a little bit skeptical about PlayStation VR, I guess, you know, for motion sickness or something like that. But, you know, her sessions with Tetris Effect, we're talking about 4-hour sessions, and I'm not kidding. So if you guys have a PlayStation VR, if you like Tetris, this is a mandatory game for you guys to pick. And if you don't have it, or even though if you're not into VR at all, if you have the chance, just try this game, because it is a very cool and unique original approach to the Tetris franchise. Now, last but not least, these last two games, these are my main games at the moment. These are two RPGs. I'm into RPGs, you guys know me. Both based on animes, and the first one, and I'm loving this game. This is Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise. I've looked this game everywhere in every single store. I know that it was released here in Portugal, but it is sold out everywhere. But I managed to score it, I think it was at Vorten. I ordered this from them late December, and again, yeah, I got it in January, but it's here, and I'm loving it. I didn't watch the anime, and to be honest, my only contact with Fist of the North Star was actually on the Mega Drive, with Last Battle. And there are a couple of Fist of the North Star video games out there, but I think that this one was the very first open world RPG one. And what can I say about the game? Well, it looks amazing. I love the graphics, these anime graphics. It almost feels like you're playing a Mad Max anime, if you will. And if you're into violent martial arts, guys, well, this is the game for you. See right here? You need to be 18. It is gore, it is violent, and I can't stress this enough, guys. It is a very, very violent game, but I'm loving it. The gameplay is super fun. Again, the graphics and the environment look amazing. And yeah, I still haven't finished the game. I think that I'm about halfway, but I'm loving it every second. And this, my friends, is how a physical release should be. So you have the disc, of course, you have stickers, like a bonus, and you have a freaking manual. How hard it is to print a manual for our games. Maybe you're paying a little bit more compared to the digital version, but I mean, this is how a physical release, a standard physical release should be. Here you have it, free sticker and DLC. Thanks, Sega. And I would really like to see more Fist of the North Star video games in the future like this one. I think that Sega did a phenomenal job. Yeah, it's a great game. And speaking about RPGs based on animes, well, this one, just the name says it all. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I have already put 30 plus hours into this game, and I still haven't beat it yet, and I'm savoring, you know, every second, because guys, this is by far the best Dragon Ball game that I've ever played. And yeah, there's nothing much more that I can say about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Again, I have a video about it, linked down below if you guys want to check it out. And the only thing that I will add is this. If you're waiting for a drop in price of this game, I totally understand it, but please play the game. And it doesn't matter, you know, play it on the PS4, Xbox, PC, I don't care. But if you're a Dragon Ball fan, play Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, because you guys are not going to regret it, I promise. And yeah, this was the video, guys. These were my first pickups of 2020. I really hope that you guys have enjoyed this video, and please let me know down below what pickups did you guys add to your collections early on this year. Stay tuned for next week's video, guys, because I have some amazing brand new surprises for you. And yeah, stay tuned. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to put a like on this video. Please subscribe to the channel and take care of yourselves, take care of the gaming community, and game a lot.